Hi friends, it's December 3rd and I am coming to you from our new apartment. So Greg had ordered a couple of things first. He ordered a mattress, some pillowcases, a comforter, a bed frame, which I haven't set up yet. But we have no sheets, so we're making do. And I think I'm just remembering like all of the little things that you have to buy when you have an unfurnished apartment, like utensils and a paper towel holder. What else are random things like mugs and plates and bowls? So I'm starting to put everything into a list, but this morning I woke up and I don't know, I can't tell if my voice is coming back or not, but I was like feeling really nauseous. And after lunch yesterday, it like didn't settle that well with my stomach. So I was having some GI issues, if you want to read between the lines. And then when I woke up in the morning, I was like nauseous. And then I like vomited a couple of times, but I don't know. I don't think there was anything in my stomach per se that needed to come out because it was just like all water. But yeah, so we actually weren't sure if I'd be able to make it to move-in day. So the timeline all got pushed back a little bit. And since I am still feeling a little under the weather, I decided that it would be best for me not to go to Vegas. So Greg actually went to Vegas on his own. So I'm just hanging out in our apartment on our sheetless mattress, just like getting settled in and trying to take it easy, because the next thing that's kind of top of mind for me is back in maybe March, I bought a ticket to go to the Sandbox Summit, which is actually happening in Mexico. And it's pretty much like my one trip of the whole year that isn't like family related or wasn't like a work related thing. And I don't know the best way to explain Summit, but I joined, or the best way to explain Sandbox, but I joined Sandbox in 2016 at the advice of a friend, Rebecca. And I told her that I was getting ready to leave my life in New York City because I had won a scholarship to learn how to code in Amsterdam. And she was like, you should like apply for and join Sandbox, because then, you know, when you go to Europe, you'll like get plugged into a community. Keep in mind, I'd already been part of the Global Shapers up until this point in time for maybe like 8 months or so. I joined in August of 2015, but I joined Sandbox, and you have to be under 30 at the time that you join. But to me, Global Shapers is, you know, is about like bringing a bunch of under 30 people together who are passionate about social impact and having them come together and execute on projects that will improve their local communities. And it's a very similar type of person who ends up in Sandbox. But with Sandbox, it's more so that type of person, under 30, coming together to invest in their personal growth and deepen their connections with each other. So Shapers to me, even though I have some really great relationships there, was really focused on kind of like the outcome of the projects and the impact, the social impact that you're making. And then Sandbox was, how can we like invest in the whole human and ensure that you get plugged into a community no matter where you go. So I did end up getting into Sandbox. I got in November, I got in the New York hub, then went to Amsterdam, got plugged into the Amsterdam hub. And the fun fact is that my instructor was actually a member of Sandbox as well. But the coding bootcamp, I think that's like another video for another time. It was really difficult. But I learned JavaScript. I was working on some freelance front end, like WordPress projects for a while. And then I ended up getting a job in San Francisco that I thought was like kind of at the intersection of like tech and community, which felt like a good, like bringing in my background that I had been building with my side hustle, diversability, with this new skill that I had just learned, you know, technology and building tech-enabled products. So anyway, they end up hosting all these retreats all over the world. Like some of them are more regional and local, and then they host one global summit once every 2 years. So I went in 2017 in Croatia. I missed the 2019 one, and now it's the 2022 one. But it is a little bit up in the air. We'll see how I'm doing tomorrow, if I'm actually gonna go or not. But it's also interesting to see that like in 2017, I ended up applying for a scholarship because financially, like I couldn't really afford to participate in experiences like that. And this time around, I just paid my ticket. So my flight leaves a little over 24 hours from now. It's like a red eye. So I've got a little bit more time left before I make the call as to whether or not I will go. But I feel like it was a stomach bug or like food poisoning, but I am feeling like a little bit more stable now in terms of that. I still have lost my voice. I'm still coughing a little bit, so we will see. But the first day that I was like symptomatic was last Friday. So it's been a little bit over a week. Took 2 COVID tests, it's not COVID. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just haven't had a cold in a long time that I thought like, I was actually grateful that I had like gotten sick over a week ago, because then I was like, oh, by the time I go to Mexico, I'll be all fine. So all of that said, let me go ahead and grab the TikTok countdown calendar and we will open day number 3 together. Did you like having Greg as a guest on the last? But yeah, I probably will not be taking this if I do end up going to Mexico. But I'm a little bummed I also didn't make it out to Vegas, but I think this is the right thing to do. So let's do day number 3. Let's see if we can find it here. Happy December 3rd. It's also International Day of People with Disabilities. So this is box number 3. And if you're new here, TikTok sent me gifts for the entire month of December. And so every single day that goes by, we will open a new gift. All right, so this looks like a super cute headband. Let's put it on. So each one of these gifts is inspired by a creator, and you can go to TikTok creators to learn a little bit more about who inspired it. What do you think? What do you think about my new headband? You know, I kind of wish this color was more up here, but you know, I'm not complaining. This is something that I'll definitely use. So it's so fun. As I mentioned in yesterday, there was a TikTok that went through and opened all of them, but I made sure to like flip away from it before we got too far. So I'm really excited about this. I think I'm gonna bring this to Mexico if I decide to go. So let me know in the comments if you think I will be making it to Mexico or not. We'll do, and then I'll come back tomorrow and let you know what ended up happening. Thanks everyone.